Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. My apologies for the delay. Yeah, I forgot to set up the articles and I was like, I had to go ahead and get those articles set up. I barely got my tea, I got everything set up, and I actually have some new studio lighting, so I had to get that recalibrated for the green screens. And yeah, so we finally made it. Sorry for the delay. Hopefully all the screens work. I didn't get a chance to test them all, but they should be good. Alright, I think that they are good to go. Oh, I did not get my comment thread set right size. There we are, now comments are set right size. Greeting everybody, how are you all doing? Just a reminder, this will be the last weekly news roundup for the year. I don't know, maybe I might do something on like the 31st, I think is... What is 31st? 31st is a Thursday. You know what? I think we can do a weekly news roundup on January 1st. I think I can do that. No weekly roundup next Friday, which is Christmas. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas or whatever else you happen to celebrate and or worship on said day. We will not, I don't think we'll be doing a video tomorrow. I'm going to do another ISP, the disadvantages of ISP config on Monday, just because I have the footage cut. And then for the next couple weeks, I'm going to be mostly off. I'm going to be retooling a few things on the back end. Including installing a newer version of my operating system and getting all that stuff ready to go. Changing around a few other little things here and there, and hopefully going into the beginning of the new year with a bang with some pretty cool channel changes coming up. And I'm going to do some behind the scenes on the support for the supporters. So if you are on Patreon, Think Life Media, or Subscribestar, be checking out for those. Or also, if you are a supporter and I do not have you in the supporter thread on Discord, please let me know. But that's what is coming up. So I'm gonna take it easy tonight and probably do a whole lot of things preparing for a couple other things. So I'm not really taking much time off. I'm just not going to be releasing as many videos as I get some things done. Douglas Ward, greetings. Are you having on 150 tamales today? Home folded? Nice. I didn't get any tea. Hold on. Perfect. Look at that. Actually, the new lighting does better on the these guys here. There you go. Supporter on Patreon, letting you know as a request. My apologies. Can I do that quickly here? I can't do that quickly here, I don't think. Or can I? No. I will remind me again when I'm in front of the other computer where I have more control over stuff, and I will get you into that thread. Let's see. Said $1 day, fresh eggnog, Sally Ann, sold quickly. Ooh, nice. I was going to make gingerbread cookies today, but it ended up that I woke up this morning and my whole day blew up on me. So I know I did tell a couple of you guys I'd be on the live chat today on Discord. My apologies. Literally, I never booted up Discord until 3 o'clock when I forgot that I posted the stream thing and I had to go again. I just got back to the office at like 7:30, and so my whole day went all over the place. So there's that. But I will make gingerbread, ginger snaps soon. Probably, I don't know, maybe I'll do them tomorrow or something. Sub and Christmas break. Yes, there you go. Yep, same Chromium package that was borked earlier today. Works fine after installing my weekly updates. Yeah, I did run my Arch updates yesterday. Everything seems to be running fine. Actually, the system seems to be running better. I used to get this issue on Cinnamon where if I was trying to drag and drop files into my NAS file server, it would just freeze up for a little bit. That seems to be all resolved now, which is cool. So, yay! Arch fixed stuff. Let's see, you have to get used to installing applications only with the terminal. There you go. Or if you don't want to, you can install a variety of different things. On Arch, you can install PAMAC, you can install GNOME Software Center, things like that. Greetings, Quint. How's it going there? You must be on vacation. We didn't see you yesterday. Let's see. Greetings from Columbus. Hello, Columbus, Ohio. Very cool. Tiger Shark is also a supporter on Patreon. I will, you guys remind me at the end of the stream and I'll get these guys fixed. I just can't remember exactly what key it is on the Mac to right click. Is it shift? Is it shift click? No, it's not shift click. Is it command click? There's some command, there we are. Hey, I found it. Let me go ahead and add you guys to supporters Now, okay, I think I found it. Okay. All right, I think I got you guys added to supporters. Verify that. You should have a supporters tab now under text channels. Hello from Washington State. Greetings from California. All right. Apparently the cockroach emoji only works on Plasma 420 or later, broken or lower versions. Yes, that's because it is a brand new emoji. So it is just now moving on. In fact, I'm surprised it's already on Linux. That's pretty cool. Greetings, Linux math guy. Hello. Hello, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Take me to your leader. No more Mass Kitty. No. He's putting out into the ward. Kitty's a COVID denier. That's right. Braylon, how's it going there? The Linux Dad, how's it going there? Linux Dad, I think I subbed to your channel a little while ago, like a long while ago. I actually have not seen any of your videos show up in my feed. If you're the same Linux Dad, I think. You do server stuff, I think. Home-based server stuff. Very good stuff, if that's you. Let's see. GNOME slowly becoming your number 3 desktop environment between KDE and Cinnamons. Ginger Snaps? Ginger Flatpaks? Yeah, I was going to do Ginger Flatpaks instead because this whole Snaps thing is just now. I'll have some Ginger Flatpaks instead. Or have a Discover Software Center. There you go. Greetings from Palestine. Hello, Palestine. Greetings. Me too, please. Spokane checking in. All right. Not on vacation. Just busy last night. Oh, no problem. All right. Life gets in the way. Tom, do not make me hungry for cookies. I'm out of them and eating celery. See, for every stick of celery, you can eat 2 more cookies. Come on. Click with 2 fingers to right-click on Mac. Let me try that. Aha! Look at that. Cool. I think it's like control-click as well will do it. Thank you, Quint. Hi, honey. I'm home. Woke up, actually. No life. All right. We have privacy, business, security, smart, and silly today. I don't think we're finishing on the time. I usually like to stop around 10:30 or so. Not you. Took the name from a different channel. Never launched. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, there is a Linux Dad channel out there that is pretty cool. So, if that's not you, all right. Let's go ahead and get diving on into privacy. I'll start with that one there. And what is our first affiliate? Wowzers. Oh, okay. That's right. Our first affiliate is that. Get me a little bit of tea. Go ahead and get started. Have a blessed Christmas. You do the same. Thank you. All right, we're going to get started now, finally. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Privacy Edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you would like to catch the show live. First, we have an update. Massachusetts governor will not sign the facial recognition ban. We reported on this a couple weeks ago that in Massachusetts, the voters overwhelmingly said, yes, we need a ban on police using facial ID because there's too many problems with it and it's just too dystopian. The governor's like, I ain't signing that crap. I'm committed to destroying this state. I am so committed to destroying this state, you can't have what you voted for. That's effectively what the Michigan governor has just done. This was actually something that was actually on the voter ballot, and the voter ballots passed it. I thought it was overwhelmingly, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, he's like, no, the police need this type of stuff. The police need to be the Gestapo. And if you prevent the police from being the Gestapo, then that's going to be a serious problem on our system. So, just a little update. Some privacy groups are demanding Google disclose details on geofence warrants. So we talk about geofence warrants. This is like pro-criminal tip. If you're going to rob a bank, leave your phone at home. Okay. But many people are like, oh, I can't survive without my phone. What if I get locked up and need to call somebody? Whatever. So the geofence warrants are when some crime happens in some specific region at some specific time, and the police are like, we have no leads. Hey, Google. Order unicorn meat, confirm. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, wrong device. But they're like, hey, Google, we would like to see a list and a record of all of the phones that have been in this location around this time. And then they start with this giant pool of people. Now, some courts and jurisdictions have ruled that these are completely unconstitutional because there is no merit. Just because you are in the vicinity of something going on does not mean you have anything to do with it. And so in this, there's been a lot of debate back and forth. Now, some privacy groups would like some information because Google releases the amount of times people have warrants coming out and things like this. But what happens here is that they're not releasing the geofence warrant requests. They're not releasing keyword warrant requests. There's a lot of things that they're not actually releasing, and some privacy groups are really wanting more transparency on this, which makes sense because honestly, some people are actually getting caught up in this type of stuff for really no good reason. Well, the FTC is now kicking off privacy probes of 9 social media firms. As much as I am on board with investigating the social media firms, I'm like, at this point in time, what are we probing for now? At this point in time, it's just like these governments are just like, hey, give us money. Hey, give us money. Hey, it's a day ending in Y. Give us money. So I don't know exactly, because reading through this, I got the impression this is nothing more than a fishing expedition. But it's 2021. I can be on the side of the social media giants, right? Because it's 2021 and craziness is ensuing all around us. So how social media and streaming services collect and use and track and estimate or derive personal data or demographic information. How they determine which ads or other content is shown to consumers, whether they apply algorithms or data analytics to personal information, how they measure, promote, and research user engagement, how their practices affect children and teens. These are the things that they are asking about. So what about these? Well, you know, we know these companies are doing it. Just stop using these companies, or at least get yourself nice and isolated away from them. Let's see, of all of these, I have a Twitch account that is logged in on one browser that I might use just for a couple little odds and ends. Obviously, Discord stays isolated inside of an isolated flat pack, only on 2 computers. I have it on the Mac, and then I have it on the main system. And I have the YouTube account, which again is nothing personal. I don't use it for anything personal. I don't access that on my phone or any other devices other than the specific devices that need it. Same thing goes with all of these different things here. But I'm not really seeing anything here other than, hey, for the children, and they must be doing bad stuff. Sure, I agree, they're doing bad stuff. But reading through this, it just reads more like a fishing expedition than anything else. I don't know if you guys get the thoughts about that as well. Apple defending upcoming privacy changes as standing up for our users, or, you know, utilizing their data for our own nefarious purposes. Once again, this is another chapter in the Apple, Facebook, Apple. We are going to be covering a little bit more of this in Sillyville because Facebook has lost its ever-loving mind doing, like, wait, what Facebook are you doing? What? All right, but hey, that's the teaser to get you to stay around to the end of the live show because we'll be covering that in a different section. Apple's coming down and just saying, hey, we are just taking user privacy very seriously. We want to make sure that anything and everything that is tracking a user, the user is aware of it. However, I think we'll look at this again in another section. Our business, over half of our business is looking at various odds and ends with Apple because really the ad agencies have no idea what Apple is doing either, but the signs are all there. If you're reading the tea leaves or playing your tarot cards or, I don't know, playing with a Ouija board, I don't know, the messages have been clear. Apple is developing the same type of ad network that Facebook is doing. They're doing it. All of the indications seem to suggest such a thing. And that's an important thing to keep in mind. And so they keep on spatting back and forth with this. But Apple's coming in and saying, you know, this is the case. So they have this statement here. We believe this is a simple matter of standing up for our users. Users should know when their data is being collected and shared across other apps, websites, and they should have the choice to allow that or not. App tracking transparency in iOS 14 does not require Facebook to change its approach to tracking users and creating targeted advertising. It simply requires they give users a choice. And sure, I get that. I actually like what Apple is doing in this respect. I do enjoy the fact that they're making it clear. The problem what they're not making clear is what is Apple using in the middle of this. Are we to expect that Apple is absolutely collecting nothing? And this was one of the factors. They're saying, hey, we talked about this last week. Some people are saying, hey, Apple, you're telling these guys they have to stop this practice. You have this nutrition privacy label, but that's not on all of your apps. Do I have the choice not to use an Apple app? If I think Signal is a better choice than iMessage, do I have that option? Well, in Signal's case, yes, you do, because it's gotten big enough. But it's some random small startup trying to get a market? No, not really. No, bro. Amazon will make custom-fitted $25 t-shirts after photographing your body. Guys, do not let AI or big corporations photograph your whole body. That is kind of frightening. Do you have to photograph it any certain way? Really tight clothes. Oh, no clothes. You got, when Apple's buying stock in Kleenex again, I guess. I don't know. So, but they want to do full-fledged photos of your body and then make t-shirts of it. These shirts fit just fine. I don't need, is there any real advantage having a full-fledged custom-built shirt? I don't know. Just for you, or made for you, is the new custom clothing service in the U.S. that requires users to upload their measurements and 2 photos to create virtual body double. This will fit in very nicely in our smart tech section. So keep this in mind if you're watching this live, or check out that video later on. So the virtual body double, the first product is a $25 made-for-you t-shirt available in a variety of colors, fabrics, necklines, and shirt and sleeve lengths. Amazon Made For You requires 2 head-to-toe photographs taken by the Amazon app showing the front and the back of your torso, and then entering your height, weight, and body type, and Amazon will create your custom avatar. From there, you can build custom t-shirts complete with personalized name tag. Hanes and a Sharpie will work just fine for me. I don't need that information going to Amazon. Guys, all of that stuff, your weekly reminder, go watch the Selfish Ledger. Apply it now to Amazon instead of Google. They're all doing it, guys. They're all doing it. That's right. They are after you, guys. Alexa the Unicorn is coming for your body dimensions now. The Made For You product page is littered with zealous quotes from fashion influencers. By the way, guys, you do realize that what comes in and goes out of style is exactly what the fashion influencers want? Don't pay any attention to them and wear whatever clothes are in your closet rather than spending thousands and thousands of dollars on upgrading your wardrobe because some person on the internet who doesn't know if they're a boy or a girl told you otherwise. Can we get over this? Really, can we get over this? I got to create a virtual body double with my measurements. So much fun. This is Sadie Sylvia is especially enthusiastic about sending Amazon her intensely private data. Well, hey, at least The Verge acknowledges this a little bit, right? They can't build a computer, but they can spot the privacy snafus. Well, the collection of the body type will be undoubtedly help Amazon compete with traditional fashion houses. Amazon says customers can delete the data anytime. Yeah, I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can. Some COVID-y stuff. Air travel could be very different post-koofiness, with some airports and regions and countries pushing for facial recognition to replace boarding passes. So you're going to have to scan yourself and your face instead of a boarding pass, and that is what's going to allow you to fly. Future of air travel could be very different. So this whole article goes into a lot of these. The key point summons it up. Pretty nice. Perth Airport upgrading with facial recognition technology. Slated to be introduced by 2022. So get your world traveling done by them. Dr. Leonardo Domares says that COVID-19 is accelerating the trend of airports moving towards dystopia. Yeah, I told you guys that back in March when we were doing COVID dystopia sections of the news, all right? And who knows, maybe we'll have to get back to it. When the first time I hear COVID-21, we're going back to it because that is in World Economic Forum's plans, people. It is coming. It is coming. Biometric data and facial recognition could replace the role of boarding passes. Woohoo! Very exciting. The FDA authorizes a use of a non-prescription home COVID test. This is an interesting debate I've been having with a friend for a little while. Now, if they came out and said, hey, we have home-based tests, they're extraordinarily cheap, we'll sell you 35 of them for $100, okay? Or hey, let's just government subsidize and send everybody in America a box of 30 of them. All right. And if you're going to leave your house for the day, let's take this little COVID test. And if you're showing up as positive, maybe you should just stay home. It gives you the information that you need. If we really want to curb something and we think that all this stuff is going to be curbed by socially distancing, then it makes perfect sense. We have the technology. We have the ability. Let's make a COVID test that you can take it home, it's going to work out perfectly fine, and then you have information for yourself to determine, do you visit your elderly family, do you engage in your Christmas celebrations, or do you go to the grocery store today? That would be perfectly fine, and I'd be like, hey, I might even buy some of those and use them if I want to leave the house. I'm actually no problem with that. As crazy and dystopian as I think this whole mess is, I don't have a problem with that. But here, the new non-prescription home COVID test is a test that has to be synced to your smartphone. It collects all sorts of data about you, and it will pass your data on to the health authorities. I'm sorry, I have zero interest in becoming a cog in their wheel. We have got to stand up, people. Stand up. Stop being a cog in their wheel. That's all they want is for you to be a cog in their wheel. Don't give it to them. We need to have, if we have the technology to have a non-prescription at-home COVID test, we can do it without linking this data to a smartphone. Resist this. And then when people are like, why? Tell them because I don't want such data attached to a smartphone. Give me this without a smartphone and let me be responsible with the data. All right? This is nonsense. This is so much nonsense. Let's just boot it on back. If you can have a COVID test that's non-prescription, you can have one that does not automatically transmit data and collect it and send it up to whoever and wherever and whyever. So let's get serious. This is why, guys, this is all about the money. All this COVID stuff is about the money. I have a friend in a school district. They paid in 1 month over $150,000 for COVID testing on a population that doesn't get sick from COVID. Go figure that one out. Well, I don't want to turn this whole thing into that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and get into our final article for today. The schools are now buying the phone hacking techniques that the FBI uses to monitor your kids' phones. Does this make you feel uncomfortable? Hey, at least the only saving grace right now is most kids aren't going to school. So, of course, the school's in your house, so do not put that Nerf gun on the back of your son's shelf in the bedroom. He might get suspended for that, and you might have the police pounding on your door because there's a Nerf gun back there. But anyway, you send them to school, and they got hacking tools, right? So some of these are very interesting. I actually did see a report today. I forget where I saw it. This was actually not necessarily these tools for the phones, but it was some of the tools involved in on Macs. If you had a MacBook or a Chromebook that was issued to you by your school, they had tracking software on these things that nobody actually knew was there. And they called this kid into the office because he was popping pills while doing work. And they're like, he's popping pills and we got to investigate him, do all this kind of stuff. They end up suing the court, suing the school district and winning. The kid was sitting there eating Mike and Ike. And sitting there popping a Mike and Ike while he's doing his homework at home with the little thing on there. Maybe it was on a Techlore video. I think it might have been a Techlore video I saw that had that. But the This stuff was just collecting all this data on the kids, and the school district's watching it. So the court case went through, they looked at all the data, and they found they had pictures of kids without, with half naked or something, because they didn't think anything different of just having the computer on, just getting out of the shower, logging in to get something quick done on the computer. Not Zoom meetings, not anything like that, just basic stuff, and the cameras just turn it on, collecting their data, turn it on, collecting their data. Well, they're using these types of tools now with your children's phones. Your children's phones, right? So basically they're using versions of Stingrays. They're using the Celebrate UFED to recover deleted messages. Basically, they can come in without any warrant and just grab the kid's phone and plug it into the device and make a clone copy of the kid's device. And then they're kind of using this stuff. Now, looking through some of this, for some weird reason, the Supreme Court has ruled that kids don't have due process in the school, which makes zero sense because they should be afforded all of the constitutional rights of everybody else. You're telling them that because they're forced to go into a government-run institution that is run and funded entirely by the government, that they don't have a protection from unlawful searches and seizures inside of the government-funded school. I think that one needs to go back to the Supreme Court for another look. But that's what's happening. They're saying that this is perfectly lawful, so now these schools are buying these giant devices to surveil your kids' devices, utilizing the same technology the FBI is using to monitor everything. Guys, this is terrifying stuff. We need to take a stand, and we have to understand what is going on with the data inside of our schools. So think about that, guys. You got to think about that. So that's kind of what I wanted to mention on our privacy articles. You can help support the channel. We have a variety of affiliates. And today we are highlighting Pro Writing Aid. Of course, I am getting ready to release another book here soon. We're going into the beta reading stages of that. And part of that is making sure you have good grammar, good writing, good everything on the book. So Pro Writing Aid is an excellent tool for that. You can use my affiliate code here, which is going to get you 20% off a yearly subscription or a lifetime subscription. You can use the monthly subscriptions at $20 a month, and they do actually have some free tools you can take advantage of on their website as well. Use my affiliate code TLM.li/PWA for some information on Pro Writing Aid. Now we'll go ahead and jump on over and look at some smart news. Get the goof. Excuse me. All right, let's close that out. We have, what do we have? 4 articles in Smart. All right, let's see. Whoa, lots of stuff going on over on Discord. All right, let's see. I feel guilty of building AIs at work. Yeah, Google thing is a headache. Google plus unicorn equals pumpkin, or is that scary? Social media warfare, God bless the country. Yep. Big corporations pay taxes and are viable elements to the country's economy. They won't do anything more. Might be fine, these corporations, but they are money enters recycling cycle. They don't want to break them up, but they need a good public figures. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Hey, guys, just charge a little bit more. Be a little bit more nefarious for a short period of time, and then we'll go ahead and give you a little bit of kickback on the back end. Just add an extra 20%, and we won't go over that 20% amount you're making. Charge them more. All right. Poor little Newton. He got hit by a $900 device. Ouch. Put my inappropriate parts on Amazon. Just kidding. I won't. Yeah. Surprised Apple hasn't copyrighted Newton's theory yet. Yeah. Gonna start putting on Daft Punk style makeup in the airport just to mess with AI. Yeah, the first generation AI, the Juggalos face makeup. Insane Clown Posse fans, their face makeup actually completely confused first gen AI. Yeah, remember when he caught fire? Yeah. Hey, I caught fire again. Yeah, we need to give up our social insurance number, bank PIN, DNA sample just to stay alive and get a barely functional vaccine. Yeah, pretty much. Have to debate about this. All right. Let's see here. Stick of celery is great with half a jar of peanut butter on it. Yeah, I don't put half a jar of peanut butter, but I do put a fair amount of peanut butter on my celery sticks. Should taste like cookies. Yeah, there you go. You can get, just get some green Christmas cookies and shape them like celery sticks, so you can have celery. Makes a cat chase them by starting your desktop. That sounds fun. Full spectrum police state. Yep. Every day ends in Y. Yep. I know. Hello, Robert. Greetings. Welcome back. Apple cared about privacy. They would be a FOSS company. Yeah. It was weird because they seem to set as data hungry as other big tech. It's just not clear what is happening. Enough reason. Yeah, that's the thing. Absolutely. Let's see. Apple can be counted on to do something different and probably worse than whatever data they were collecting in the history. No shirts with nude bodies on it. Remember those reports from Australia where people taking the COVID vaccine were getting false positives for HIV? Yeah, I don't remember that, actually. But it wouldn't surprise me. RNA is a screwy thing. You don't want to do a lot with RNA in your body. Maybe 38 state attorney generals filed latest suit against Google Thursday. Suit alleges the company operated a legal monopoly in the markets for online search. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things, like, I don't know if I buy an illegal market on search, because there are a ton of other search engines. And it doesn't take anything more than going into Google and typing what are other search engines to find a whole lot more. To my knowledge, they're not suppressing those. Okay, Kleenex stock just went up. Pseudo app purge Amazon, yeah. Unfortunately, Amazon's like that evil conglomerate that sometimes you just got to do business with. Because what other options do we have at this point, you know? Actually went to a local store today to get something, and I was standing around for 25 minutes. No one would help me. So I'm like, screw this. I'm going to leave. I'm just going to go to order on Amazon. You know? Meanwhile, this is funny. Our governor, our wonderful governor here, wants to shut everything down again for another several weeks. Meanwhile, they're like, go support your local businesses. What local businesses? You close them all down. The only thing's open is Walmart. You know what I mean? Come on. There you go. Did I forget to add you to the supporter role, Quantum Alpha? Boom. You're a supporter, Quantum Alpha. There you go. All right. Let's see. Fun part read like an AI wrote it. Yeah. Google sent me an email. If you're inactive for 2 years, Gmail, Drive, or Photos, we may delete content. Yes. That is a new one. Yep. Your test is positive for COVID-19. That on-screen text needs to be read. There you go. Don't get burnt. We have fire. How much do you bet that privacy segment video will be sent to the YouTube gulag? I don't know. The only video I've had that was sent permanently to the YouTube gulag is the video about installing Kodi. Now, I have 2 videos about installing Kodi. They only gulagged the latest one. I have a video about installing Debian. They sent it to the gulag twice. They sent it to the gulag, then they released it, and then they sent it back to the gulag, and then they released it again. So, I don't know. YouTube's gulag is just weird. COVID-19 is an excuse for the government to control your life. I completely agree. Had to get tested today. Did it. Just was easy, but I wonder who's paying for it. Yeah. I think out here we have a lot of free COVID testing. Like, you should go get it. It's free. No, I'm not going to be a cog in your wheel, dude. Nope. I shall not be. I shall live with Bigfoot in a cave before I'll be a cog in your wheel. Let's see. Everyone should realize SMART actually means secret military armaments and resonant technology. Ooh, yeah, there you go. Teaching higher online education. No, I thought about going and seeing if anybody's looking for any online professors. There's a few things that I would qualify to teach. But honestly, I haven't. And then I just have this weird thought that, okay, if I work for some university, even though it's entirely online, they might still try and be like, you need to get vaccinated or something. Like, screw you. Always been allowed to only follow their own laws regardless of the Constitution. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to, but yeah, it seems to be what is happening. COVID test requires a Windows 10 update to pre-analyze. Some student monitoring software is literally just designed to hijack students' non-school Google accounts. Yeah, actually, that happened to a friend of mine out here. So he's on his computer. He logs into his school Google account on the computer. Nobody told him that basically routes everything on his computer through the school district. We only found out when there was a Google education outage, and he calls me up. He's like, dude, I can't do anything on my computer. It's like over a holiday or something. So I go over to his house to look at the computer. It's like, dude, Google is literally hijacking everything on your account. So we deconnected all the Google accounts, and he could actually get back and use stuff again. Yeah, and that's exactly it. Because if he were not even actively using it, just signed into Google on his own personal laptop that he bought with his money, the school can monitor everything he was doing. That's insane. Get a virtual machine, let the schools monitor that. There you go. Debian is in competition for Chrome. Yeah, the tests are not very accurate. Yeah, I think there's like up to a 60% inaccuracy rate, I think. Yeah, Walmart is not a local business. I know, but that's the only thing that's open. They're telling all the mom and pops. I was so encouraged. There's several businesses in State College that after the governor last said, everyone's got to shut down. They're like, no. Restaurants have bought thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars of food because of Christmas dining. And now the governor's like, no, you got to shut down. Like, I'm sorry, we're not throwing away hundreds of thousands of dollars in food. And so the restaurants are opening up. Over in the next city over, there's several police that were there. And the sheriff's department, they're like, we are not enforcing nothing. In fact, the police are actively visiting the stores that are open when the governor says they should be closed. They're like, no, that would be unconstitutional. So, finally got Yay installed on a Raspberry Pi. Very cool, very cool. Coming soon, required flu shots. Well, it's required down for the local university down here. Thought he blocked profanity. Windows free since 97 to 2000. Walmart free since 92. There you go. Windows be like Cortana. COVID back April, May. All right. Glad to see you're still with us. Yeah, because those kids engineers brainwashed at Google, all running shroom books. Don't know what Linux and free open source and privacy is. Yep. All right, we had a couple of smart news. Where's my smart? Where's my smart? Is this smart? 1, 2, 3. Am I missing a smart? Ooh, I think I'm missing a smart. Wait. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm doing security. I'm like, wait, what? What's going on here? All right. Security. There we are. Let's go and get these 3 articles out of the way. This will be pretty quick. So our first article in security, we're actually going to be looking very briefly. I'm not going to cover it in fine detail, just broad tooth comb, but this big major hack, which basically seriously crippled a lot of infrastructures. It breached the U.S. Treasury. Oh, yay. As if Equihacks wasn't enough, now we have the U.S. Treasury as well. Pretty much just hacked about everybody else. This was the, I keep on messing up because there's multiple names thrown around. Is it like Solar? I think it's called Solar Flare, run by another company. So I'm sorry, that was these one too here. I got mixed up. I had 2 articles here to talk about. The first one was just hilarious. That's why I couldn't find it. So 18,000 organizations downloaded backdoor implanted by Cozy Bear and hackers. This was a Russian attack on supply chains, organizations, solar winds. That's it, solar winds. That's like solar flares. That's not right. Solar winds. You might have seen this about it. QuidSub, who is in the security sector, has an excellent video on this. A lot of other people that know a lot more. Computer security itself as a thing is not specifically my area of expertise. That's why I don't cover security a lot and in fine detail when we do. But the basic, this is how foolish this application was though. Literally to install it, it is a security monitoring tool that told you on install, it will not work right if your antivirus scans its directories. So they had an application that was excluded from virus scanners and malware attacks. And then they had a key got leaked, and then a forced update, because everyone's got to update your software. The forced update, which passed the key verification, installed malware on the system that was not being scanned by malware. And this is a software that is used by nearly every major company. Now, the only good news about it is it wasn't a huge botnet type thing that was just infects everybody indiscriminately. It actually, the backdoor could get installed indiscriminately, but in order to utilize it, it had to be specifically targeted for. So they pass it out all over the world, but then only specifically targeted key factors that were using it. So again, it was done by an update on their system. So basically it caused also all of these systems that we're using, like everything in government had to be shut down, pulled off the networks, and all systems powered down until the mitigation strategy could come to it. But this ended up leaking 18,000 different organizations, caused deep compromise into serious areas. So FireEye is the security firm, SolarWinds is the application. So the master keys for the application were stolen. They forced an update to install the malware on the thing that your computer security is not doing. The Microsoft blog actually had a really good information about it. So it silently injects. This is a different one. 3 things. My security is crap today. I just cut this out. I'm just gonna cut this part out of the news for your benefit, guys. I just completely forgot which articles I was covering. This one is a browser injection affecting multiple browsers. This is the drive-by browser attack. So the drive-by browser attack, this guy, it doesn't require any interaction on your site. You simply land on the website, and if your browser is vulnerable, it will get installed. Okay? And so what they are doing on installing it is they are now injecting affiliate ads. They're targeting Google, Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, Yandex, and Firefox. They're installing the injector onto your browser. So this is kind of what it looks like in the red, what it looks like if you are infected by it. So basically it's sending you all these free downloads, which are all affiliate links. It's just a giant affiliate scheme. You can see where it showed up, mostly in Europe, in India, not as much over in the United States area. And then let's see, here's the number of domains, so variety of domains. Here's how the installation of it works. Again, it's a drive-by, so it doesn't require anything more than landing on the web page. So it's landed over here, and then it goes through a series of installers to prevent detection here. And then when it gets into your main payload, it's going to modify the browser, install extensions. It's going to modify some DLL files. Basically, you're going to have a hard time cleaning all this up. And then this is going into its own custom server and injecting ad injects into all of your scripts. So if you click on any of those things, it's all going into there. The second thing it's going to do, it's going to download some additional things and log in a password theft utility. So it's going to steal credentials and any individual services, and then it's going to register itself as a service for persistence. So very nice and sophisticated bug that really the only fix for it is stay off the internet and make sure your web browsers are updated. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So there we have it. That is what's up with that particular one here. Now let's go back to the first one that I forgot which one I was looking at here. This is a really cool one. So this attacks US and EU banks. It is an emulator farm. So what they're doing here is they're harvesting people's data, just harvesting data, like, you know, from Facebook and everything else that we give our data to. And then it's going to create a series of emulators, and each one of these emulators can mimic, I think it's like 8,000 devices. And then the 8,000 devices will simultaneously attempt to breach into and do a brute force on bank accounts to get into them. And since it does them all automatically, the system doesn't know what to do. So it's like, and eventually it lets them in. So they're basically, as the subtitle here says, automating fraud and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from people by utilizing this one simple device with 20 built-in virtualization machines, each one holding 8,000 devices to test out itself on brute forcing various bank accounts almost simultaneously. So it's a very nice, very sophisticated attack vector. And that really is what our security is about today. All right, so we're gonna go back. Yeah, we're just gonna cut security out of this section of the news for the final edit. I completely bombed that. Hiroshima just dropped on my spread. Perfect end to a perfect day, though, right? I mean, come on. Let's see. SolarWinds. Yep. If 2020 was a dumpster fire, yeah. Been fighting 540 botnet attacks this year, yeah. Name is Hacker, and boy, I installed Gentoo and smoked 500 cigarettes a day. Oh, yeah. Let's see, project maintainers, let's see. These drive-by attacks would work if JavaScript was disabled. Yes, if JavaScript is disabled, so no script will actually prevent you against it. That is a good point. Reason for diversifying browser, there's the flaw in one, not all have the same. Yeah, the downside is you don't know which one's protected against what and where and why, I guess. I don't know. All right. Not be surprised if Walmart will require associates get COVID-19 vaccines. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Everything here in Indiana is 90% open, just limited to people. Yeah. Northern mandates all over the country, not just PA. Yeah, that's encouraging. There's actually a giant group. I think it's in Michigan. A group's last I heard, which was a few days ago, was up to 150 businesses signing on saying, no, you show us legitimate science and we'll consider shutting down. But as long as it's just, the studies have shown, the science has shown, the science has shown, without presenting any actual science. The one article, I was reading a summary of it from the newspaper, the local news here, because what they're trying to say is they're trying to shed bad light on all of the people that are still opening, despite the governor of Pennsylvania, telling them to. They're saying, well, this neat study was done in Yale, which monitored credit card usage, and when credit card usage in restaurants was high, 3 weeks later on Johns Hopkins, the cases went up in that area. It's like, okay, that's a really bad scientific study, okay? There's nothing controlled in this study. You're literally grabbing data and looking for associations you want to make. That is called an observational study, and in science, it is the worst type of study you can possibly do, particularly when you have no details about who those people are, what they're doing, how they're ordering, how they're buying. And here's a thought. Did anybody ask your permission to bulk collect their data from Chase Manhattan Bank and collect the data and start looking at it? But it's like, oh, we noticed that cases of using credit cards from Chase were higher in this city, and then 3 weeks later, cases went up. That is not science. But that's the one they're all lobbing onto, so, you know. Yeah, CDC is a joke. COVID, really bad flu after all. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. So far, hospitals are offering the COVID-19 as an option, purely voluntary. Yeah. Walmart tried to shut us down when we opened our mini bakery store back in June. Walmart will be closing its stores shortly. No average sales in 5 years. Who runs a 5-year average? Yeah. Yeah, if they don't show a profit in 5 years. Not required, but we won't be able to leave your house until you get one. Yep. So private corporation holds patents on a lot of vaccines. Yep. Been exposed at church and my employer requires tests. Yeah, some employers are requiring tests. I need catnip. Yeah, or I need more Temptations. And police are in house arrest, then they are one step from being in a psychological jail cell. Virtualization plus brute force automation equals sadness. Yeah, that's one of the things happening that happened in WordPress back in January. Botnets were like attacking WordPress sites. It was insane. Whoever disliked the streams, I think somebody wrote a code to dislike all my streams instantly. Nope, leave it makes it interesting. Yeah, it's out of order. That I don't know. I'll probably take it out. Waiting for Chromium Docker to install. All right. Good news. Biden wants to extend COVID quarantine until 2024. What? I've seen a dislike. Billy Gates is taking win download. Yeah. Cases don't go up. Amplification of PCR test goes up. Yeah. Yeah. Like we're coming up on 10,000 cases. 10,000 cases in our town. We've had like 100 people in the hospital. I'm pretty sure most of them are there for other reasons. They just happen to test positive, and the hospital gets a financial kickback for having COVID positive patients. Is the kitten from the NSA? No, the kitten is from Alpha Centauri. Opinion on Twitch banning the word simp. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion. Don't know what simp is supposed to mean. Yeah, simp is simp is it's like if I'm not mistaken, it's like a I'm gonna pay you to take off your clothes type thing. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's correct, right? I'm gonna pay you to take off your clothes. Russian government making artificial kink counselors. I don't know. No, I think it's a lot less conspiratorial. I think it's just companies that realize that, hey, everyone's panicking about this. Let's make a COVID test and return, X percentage of them as positive, so people keep staying in hysteria and keep sending in COVID tests. Hence, the school district's paying $150,000 in 1 month for COVID tests. I think the elderly should get the vaccine. No, it has not been tested on elderly to the best of my knowledge. The quickest we've ever done a vaccine is 4 years. You need at least 10 years to get good safety data on vaccines. You're basically just injecting the already vulnerable population with a highly and possibly dangerous disease. It has not been studied enough, is what I'm saying. Should they get a flu vaccine? Maybe. Flu definitely kills elderly. We have relatively safe flu vaccines, and their effectiveness is relatively good for the case. But we don't have enough research on it yet. We just don't. United boss Steve Bruce says some of the club's coronavirus are battling extreme exhaustion as they attempt to fight their way back. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our business, because we are, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna finish on time or not. We might. I got the goof. Excuse me. And I have an affiliate here. What's my affiliate? That affiliate. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition, and we will have some smart news on the tail end of this one. So let's go ahead and get jumping on in. Let's get jumping on in. This is kind of an update. So Apple, of course, we reported, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, that Apple was dropping calls. Now it's dropping text messages. So you're paying an excessive amount of money for a phone that drops its calls and drops its text messages. But hey, at least it has a bunch of other kind of stuff in there. And, all sorts of other junk and jazz and stuff like that. So that's kind of the case. So just a brief update. Apple's dropping more than just your phone conversations. All right. We are, though, doing a series of articles here on Apple because there was a whole lot. So Apple is sued by an early app store maker, Cydia, I think is how you'd pronounce this, over the control of the iPhone. So this is one of the earliest iPhones on the iPhone stores for jailbroken phones. So you can jailbreak your phone, and then you can jailbreak the phone, and then you can go ahead and install this store and install basically like the Google Play Store, or F-Droid would be a better example, Aurora, anything else other than whatever is on the main systems. So they're suing them, saying, hey, Apple is kind of a monopoly here. And that's really what is going on, so that they're suing them, basically saying, hey, it's a monopoly. And in my opinion, this is the one thing Apple needs to correct. I get it that if I install an app from some other source, it's going to possibly infect the security of my device. I just paid $1,000 for this device. I would like to have that level of control. And if I have a mistake, guess what? I have a mistake. But I got news for you. Same thing with Google. Now, Google doesn't restrict you from installing other app stores, but Google Store is not the safest place, and Apple Store has no auditability, but I could install F-Droid on my Android device, and that has a lot more security audits than does the Google Play Store. And so if I could install something like F-Droid with more security audits onto the iPhone, I would feel more comfortable about using apps on that, not less comfortable. And that's what this whole thing is about, is that this particular Apple Store, which was the first alternative Apple Store way back 2008, a long time, like right at the time it launched. They've been around, but they have not been able to thrive because Apple has locked it down. And so now they are being sued by that Apple maker. Why after 12 years? Because everyone's suing Apple right now. Why not? Yet another example of why not to connect your payment devices to your individual phone and then give that phone to your child. This lady has racked up $16,000 in 1 month, and now the family can't pay their mortgage. So she's like, what's going on here? Now, on this one here, I am actually, at this point in time, I didn't know my kid could order stuff on the phone. What the hell? Have you been under a rock for the last several years? I mean, really, have you been under a rock for the last several years? Obviously, the phones have payment data. The phones can make in-app purchases. If this is new information to you, don't give this technology to your child. But I do have to say, I think the way this should go is she should pay $8,000 for her own stupidity of giving a payment-enabled phone to her 6-year-old, but I think that Apple should pay the other $8,000. And here is the reason why. As soon as she saw this, she reported it as fraud to the credit card company, and the credit card company told her, we think this is fraud. Apple fraud is the #1 form of fraud. I think Apple, and I think there was one other one they mentioned. They took 2 months reporting to investigate it. They came back after 60 days and said, no, it's not fraud. It does appear to be legitimate. You have to take it up with Apple. So they take it up with Apple. And Apple says, well, if you contacted us within a 60-day window, we could actually issue you a refund. But since it was after the 60-day window, then we can't issue the refund. The way I see this is she actually pulled the trigger immediately. It's just that the credit card company that Apple is working with took the full 60 days of time and did not give any time left to dispute it with Apple. And because of the way that there was this active investigation in the middle of this, and it took so stinking long, and all Chase had to do is call up Apple, go, hey, was this charged? And Apple back, yeah, bro. And it would have been done in a couple of days, really. But they didn't. So that's kind of why I think, okay, on this, yeah, I think Apple should probably pay half of this. But the other half, ma'am, this is called stupid tax. Don't put payment systems on your device and then hand it to your 6-year-old. But yet another reason not to do that, by the way. But are people, I mean, what is this? Are people, I guess people are. You can, for $100, you can buy the Horde. Woohoo! I got the Horde. Look, mommy, I got the Horde. Yeah. Go away, little Junior. I'm busy here. Oh, mommy, I bought another Horde. Go away, Junior. Go away. That's probably what was happening. All right. Well, enough of Apple. Let's get on to Brave. Oh, I'm sorry. This is still Apple. That's right. So Brave has to remove its tipping feature on iOS to comply with Apple's Gestapo, or excuse me, demands. So Apple comes in, they're like, hey, Brave, what are you doing over here? You have a tipping system? We don't have any money out of this. We don't have a way to make Apple any money out of this. You're not exchanging real money. You're just exchanging your bats. We can't deal in bats. You take that out or we're banning you. So you guys with Brave on iOS, you might lose it soon or you'll lose that feature. So once again, we have another company that is coming back and coming back against Apple. And guys, at what point in time can we just tell Apple, all right, you need to close for about a year while we figure all this stuff out? I mean, really. All right, now we're leaving Apple behind. Copyright law. Right to repair is starting to gain a little bit of ground. This is great news. Now, there's some places where it's like, yeah, you should be able to fix your car, but people don't realize, it's just an Xbox. Just go fix it. You can't. Because same thing Apple's doing. They are DRM locking the optical drive into the firmware of the device. So if you change the optical drive, it bricks the device. They're like, well, this is going to prevent cheaters. Okay, let's just not take our gaming that seriously, I guess. But anyway, this is kind of a take. It's an op-ed, but it's a take on copyright law and how copyright law is slowly starting to win. Like, right to repair is slowly starting to win its lobby against this. So the idea here is that in this, they're saying, hey, if you bring the Xbox because the disk drive is broken. So I can't remember if it's the Xbox or the PlayStation. One of them is, even if the disk drive is broken, I think it's Xbox. If the disk drive is broken, you can't even play your DRM content. So the thing will not work at all if the disk drive is broken. But you can't replace the disk drive because it's locked by DRM. So the kid takes his Xbox to a place that can fix electronics and he says, hey, I could easily go down and pick up a disk drive from one of about 500 other Xboxes with other issues I have in my basement, but it still won't work because they have it locked up with the DRM. And so the idea here is that we need to challenge this. Now, this, I think, is the year when the copyright law, Section 1201 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, is what is preventing this from happening. This is the year that these laws, once again, can be challenged. So it'll be interesting to see. If I had my way, of course, anything that you bought, you should be able to control. So long as you're not utilizing that device to impede in the profits of others. So if you are, which does not mean, by the way, oh, you're impeding in my profit because you have to buy a new one instead of fix your old one. That should not be part of the definition. But if I buy a DVD, I should have the complete full legal freedom to make a copy of that DVD and have that for my own personal private use. Not to give to anybody else. I'm caught distributing it. That's a problem. That's on me. I get fines, jail time, whatever else. I think jail time is ridiculous. We're locking up people who are opening their restaurants right now, people. I mean, come on. Meanwhile, in Oregon, think about it this way, guys. In Oregon, it is more illegal to have Thanksgiving dinner than it is to have crack cocaine. Someone's not running right in Oregon. So anyway, this is another one of these things that has to be done. All right. We have to do away with this portion that says you can't fix your device, particularly how much you pay for these stupid things. But that's kind of the case. It's coming on down the pipeline. So hopefully this year we will start to see something good coming from it. Twitter buys another one of these virtual hangout things. Apparently there's all these virtual hangout things because people are too terrified. Somebody sent me a wonderful meme the other day. It has all of the soldiers jumping off of the troop transport, storming the beach in Normandy. It says, 20-year-olds facing certain death, 1944. All these guys charging the beaches in Normandy. The bottom pane, it says 2020, 20-year-old facing a 99.99% survival rate. It's a guy with a mask cowering behind a chair. I mean, that's the world we're in right now, guys. And so apparently there was this company called Squad, the little startup that would allow you to have a virtual hangout with up to like 10 friends. So you can all kind of hang out and stare alone, all alone and tired, staring at your phone for longer periods of time while what other stuff is going on in the background is collecting and harvesting and analyzing everything on your device. Well, you can have cool conversations and conference calls with your friends, something that Zoom and Teams and Jitsi and Skype and Element and Discord and everything else can already do. So I have no idea what or why, but here you go. Here's the photos of it, right? Oh, look at this. Everybody's in their cute little bubbles. Oh, Zoom doesn't do the bubbles. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at my stylish new clothes here. Oh, look at this. Here's Spider-Man. Spider-Man. I don't know. So, yeah. So Twitter buys Squads so that I guess people can tweet how much fun they're having with their digital friends while their life is fading away from behind them. Google acquires Neverware. So this is a company that actually puts Chrome OS on a variety of different computers. Never heard of this before. And I looked into it very briefly, and the biggest problem I found with this is you can't even download. It's basically like a Chrome OS ISO, and you really can't get the Chrome OS ISO without logging in and creating an account. But they actually give you the ISO and they give you the installers and all of the information you need to install Chrome OS on nearly any old computer. So it's a really cool and compelling thing. So Google acquires Neverware, and I guess the hopes is to allow better and more support, or maybe to quash their competition. I'm not sure. Time will tell what happens, but regardless, that is where we're at now. Oppo and Nendo has a new slide phone concept. It unfolds into 3 screen sizes, as if the 2 screen sizes wasn't enough. Now we have the 3 screen sizes, and I see zero point or purpose for what this last fold happens to be. Okay, so it's flat like this, I guess, and then you have this mode, and then you have this mode, and oh, you have this mode, which has a camera pointing at you, and you have this mode for a flat camera. What the hell is this thing, and why in the world does it exist? Can anybody give me a logical reasoning for this thing? It's small. Ooh, it starts folding up. Oh, look at this. I can just kind of fold up in like check blocks. Oh, I can have 3 blocks down and 2 blocks open so I can see the time and the clock. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Let's mute this thing. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at this. Oh, whoa. Spinny. Whoa, it folds. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, this is just a computer animated mock-up. The real thing is going to have cracks, crevices, creases, and all sorts of breaks all through it. Oh, look at that. It becomes big like a joystick. Yeah, baby. Oh, and it folds small again. Whoa, I have a stylus. Oh, so amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Why do we need such? I don't know. On to our feature story, Windows 10X. This was originally created for the folding Microsoft stuff, but now they're actually releasing it now for single screen systems instead. The 2020 put a damper in Microsoft's original plans. Now they're releasing Windows 10X, which as of release is going to drop Win32 apps. For you guys in the unawares, that means nothing will run on it except things that you download from the Microsoft Store. Now, allegedly, after it launches by the fall of 2021, you will be able to eventually install applications through a containerization that will be a little bit safer. They won't be able to access things, but the overall thing is a complete redesign of Microsoft, dropping all of the old code, complete ground-up version of Windows 10, which somehow they managed to turn into an abominable nightmare. This would be amazing to have on a tablet, okay? If this is a tablet screen, I'm all over it, okay? That's great. And that's honestly what it was originally designed for, is like the bifolding tablets, or hey, have a Windows tablet that has this type of UI? Sure, I'll buy that. But the problem is now they're releasing it for your standard computers. So you have this type of UI on your standard computer with a screen and a mouse and a keyboard, and it's almost, I don't know, it looks less useful than running GNOME. I don't know, that's my thought. But it's not going to support any applications that are not in the Windows Store out of the box. They are alleging that will be into it later, but it's basically just the Windows version of Chrome OS, and that's where everything's going to be going. So happy hunting there, guys. Happy hunting indeed. Well, if you want to support the channel, have a look at my affiliates. Today we're going to feature my affiliate for Linode. You can jump on into your Linode account, create a variety of different types of very easy single-click installed applications. We have Nextcloud. There's Minecraft servers for people interested in that. Just anything and everything you could think to do. Excellent cloud servers. You can use my affiliate code tlm.li/Linode. Get $100 in credit, good for a 60-day trial. So now let's go ahead and cover our smart news. Alrighty, let's jump on back over here. Let's see. Drops promising vaccine. Let's see. Oh, there's the article you're talking about. Yeah. Promising vaccine could induce human immune response enough to get a false positive from HIV test. That's frightening. Wowzers. That's exciting. Tiger Shark is using E. Yeah, EOS is actually pretty cool. I did a full video on that once. Let's see. Might switch my iPad to an Amazon tablet. School district approves computer science Discord servers. 17-year-old dropped 3 rioters. What do you think? 5 or 6 combat vets will do? Probably. Isn't it funny how every one of them that he shot seemed to have a criminal record? One of them was a pedo. 17-year-old shoots pedo. It was chasing him around the whole night. Oh, God. Get what you came for. The other, okay, already did that one. Vaccine to fight what? They said they couldn't identify it just 2 months ago. Yeah. Struggle with calls, texts. What really distinguishes it from an old iPod Touch? Not much. A big price tag. And desktop CPUs on 14 nanometer until at least 2030. All right. I don't know how long Chromium Docker can take to install Manjaro, but waiting over 20 minutes now. Wow. Yeah, I don't use Docker unless I absolutely have to. Don't put payment on your devices in general. That's my appropriate approach. No, I don't put any payment on devices. Brave, another company potentially sue Apple for banning. Yeah. Pneumonia vaccine for some years, of course, they said it was not effective against pneumonia. Yeah. Apple's keeping others off balance the same way Windows did in 2006. Yeah. Buy some AAA video games that don't have microtransactions for $60 or less. You can spend $100 a minute microtransactions playing a crappy mobile game, which you have to pay over again. Yeah. You'd celebrate New Year's, my first full holiday celebration since Christmas 2019. Yeah, I know, right? Just a couple more months, guys, and we will have been under pure tyranny without any legislative oversight of the laws for over a year. The riots at the Apple factory over wages this week, about 2,000. Yeah, that was in India. The Apple factory in India. I was looking at it, but I dropped it from the news. Poppy, what's the 2-screen phones before, actually, and why are they expecting 3-screen? Yeah, the 2-screen phones, not really successful. They broke too fast. Even the new Motorola ones are. Folding phone exists not because it needs to or for any logical reason. It just exists because it can. Computer-generated photos look fake. Yeah. Mods are for people that are too lazy to use their hands. Out. Cal's ready at 4:30. Well, see you later, Douglas. Doing everything they can to take away the setting control from the average consumer. Yep. Peach love and cheaper masks. There you go. What it will take for people to wake up? Apparently a lot. Oh, yeah. We're starting to see it. I was deeply encouraged to read about several businesses and restaurants that are saying we ain't closing again in my county. My county's insane. Motorola used to be quality products. Yeah, they were. All right. I have a sneaky suspicion we won't get out of here in time, but we're going to do the best we can. Let's go ahead and get into our smart stuff. And first in smart stuff, Amazon has a new robo-taxi. Would you get into Amazon's robo-taxi? What if this thing goes out of control one day when Jeff Bezos wants to summon you for wrongthink? And he pushes the button and it becomes like that car in Minority Report that it locks itself down and sets itself to automatically return home to turn the guy away inside. I mean, everyone tries to run. So yeah, the Amazon has Zooks. I swear they're just they're passing a bag of Scrabble letters around the conference room to figure out how to name these things. What the hell is Zooks? Let's do Zoom. It's a car. Zoom. Zoom's already taken, sir. Zooks. Let's do Zooks. God, Zooks. That's an excellent idea. Okay. It can seat up to 4 and can deliver and can drive in multiple directions. Yeah, just like the cars in Minority Report. There you go, right? So look at that. They have gnarly prototypes. Yeah, and secrecy. So, yeah, they have this ugly car. Here's some photos of the ugly thing. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. We're going to lock you in, Dave. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. And this picture is definitely not 2020 friendly. I mean, really. If this thing was supposed to, that each seat would be pointing to a different corner. This 4 seats and they're all looking at each other. Man, this thing here is a super spreader car. This thing's a super spreader event. I mean, what are they thinking? All right. If you're like, all right, guys, Zoom meetings, I can't have one more Zoom meeting. In fact, I've left groups recently because like, we're going to Zoom only. Screw you. Not doing it. I'll Zoom with my friends. Like, I won't Zoom with my friends. I'll Jitsi, Discord, whatever else with my friends and hang out. If you don't live near me, hey, I'll hang out with you all day long. If you're a local group of people that wants to meet on Zoom, nah, you let me know when the insanity passes. I'll come back when we're physically around. But this beats that. Virtual reality meetings. So you put on your virtual reality headset and you sit into a real meeting in a 3D space with each other. And then you check, please. I went off the planet. So, yeah, these people are doing virtual. Is this a lady with a mustache or is that like a microphone over her face? I can't tell. I think she's got oh yeah, it's headsets. Oh, look at this virtual setting over here. We got everybody over here. Look at this. This is so insane. They're even like socially distancing in their virtual space. This is how mad we've gone, people. are going to socially distance even in virtual reality. I'm really the only person here, but we have to put it so far into our mind and into our conscience to always be doing everything. It's so bad, people. I saw a Scooby-Doo doll wearing a mask in an optometrist's office downtown State College. I don't think Scooby-Doo is going to be passing. I'm sorry, it wasn't Scooby-Doo. It was the Peanuts dog wearing a mask. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, you can sit here. You have your VR meeting, and everybody has their own virtual spot to sit. And is this like are they meeting on a beach? Is that on a beach? I don't know. Oh, here's our client stories. Oh, here's our face-to-face meetings. Please don't tell me that these are the social distancing circles. No. They're putting social distancing circles into our VR to train us subconsciously to isolate ourselves from everybody. All right, never mind. So yeah, you can have the face-to-face meetings, but don't forget to stand in your social distancing circles. I wonder if Karen's going to call the police on you for not socially distancing in your VR call. I mean, really, guys, really. The more I read this article, the more terrified I get. Qualcomm. This is a very, very long article, and we're not going to cover in a lot of detail. The links for these will be in the description down below. I encourage you to, if you don't read anything else, this is a long article you should read. Qualcomm is now working to supply an entire IoT infrastructure for vertical scaling for any form of smart technology. And specifically on their docket, specifically starting, they are doing healthcare, education, construction management, logistics, and smart cities and spaces. So not only smart cities, but maybe smart rooms, smart conference rooms. You go into the conference room, smart conference rooms, smart this, smart that, right? So you get all that kind of stuff there. And so these are the things we need to think about, guys. So they're developing an entire vertical chain for smart logistics, factories, education, utility monitoring, various logistics, building automation, safety and security, healthcare, agriculture. Qualcomm's working to get into all of these and to control one endpoint to the other, basically producing a botnet for smartness. Or maybe we should say a botnet for stupidity, I guess. And on to our last final non-smart news item. They have a Wall Street Journal documentary about living on digitally after you die. This is terrifying, I think, is the thing. So this person here, which I'm not sure if this is a degree of racism, but is this not a person of color who looks suspiciously like an ape? This is a badly done AI thing, but this is not a real person. This is like the robotic model of this person that they've created. And I'm pretty sure Wall Street Journal did something very racist here. Literally. So the idea here is that as you're going through in your conscience, you will be able to take all of your stuff. FYI, this is exactly what is in the selfish ledger. This is what they said they are going to do. Have such a long piece of information about you. Know what you search, how you search it, what you say, how you say it. Map it all together, put it all into an AI that you can resurrect later. This was in the selfish ledger, and now we're talking about it here. All right, and so what we were doing on this is they're taking all of this and putting it into an AI robot so you can basically be resurrected as your own AI robot. Kind of think artificial intelligence here, right? I did finally see that movie the other day. Artificial intelligence, you know, only in this case here, it's not a blank slate that's going to grow and learn with the family. It's going to be already based upon what you are. Guys, I am seeing this overarching principle that we are a culture that is so fearing death. We can't embrace it. It's a part of life. It is indeed a part of life. In fact, this does remind me of, there was a little well-known person who was in the initial running for president, and he dropped out fairly early, and I can't remember his name, but he was running on the transhumanist market. He wanted to embed all people with AI and then preserve our consciousness later on. Basically, all this same type of stuff. So it's a whole documentary, 22 minutes long, and
through history, we've
this
moved the goalposts.
is insane.
To be alive, what does it mean to be dead? This is a further pushing of that boundary.
This is frightening, guys. I'm not going to play it here for copyright type reasons, but go check this out. This is terrifying stuff. And this is the direction we are moving in our world. And we need to stop, put up our hands and go, no. I came into the world an organic being, and I'm going to leave in the same way. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, have a look at my Subscribestar page, subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. You can head on over here and read up on what we have over there. Mostly just help keep the channel going so that we can keep bringing you news articles and things like that. So thanks for coming along, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right. Yeah, we are going to be late, but we got one section left, and that is Sillyville, guys. Let's see. Internet of Surveillance. Zooks, so he sneezed on his keyboard? Yeah. Woman in romantic anime. Hello, I like you. Woman in real life. I hate you. You die. View our meetings at work. Those boomer co-workers figured out a way to fight. Boxing, RPG. In our room, our boss was speaking, and a few crew members were legit fighting virtually. Tom from the Aliens. Yes, I am a reptilian alien. I am not a purebred. CJ the cat is a purebred reptilian alien. I am just a half-breed. I was adopted into the alien race, and I am going to be heading back to Alpha Centauri soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. You say ahead of our time. Well, today they say, yeah, we'll put our name on anyone's product. Scrabble letters are using a random letter generator. Robotax reminds me much of something you would see go wrong in Doctor Who. Was there a movie about having minis robbing a bank? I don't know. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Yeah. Seats up to 4 and can drive in multiple directions. Guess what, Amazon? My car can do that too. CCP, yeah. Not my favorite program. Snoopy was so tough, though. He had many a battle with Red Baron. That's right. Eastern has a mask painted on front of their planes. Fly United. Oh, Lord. Distance circles is like my home daycare. Each toddler have their circle the center of the carpet. Now adults are being treated like toddlers. Yes. You will eat the bug. I've eaten the bugs before. I prefer it to some foods. Be a robot in the future. I want to look at her and say nothing. Yeah. Kiss your Aunt Bunny. She's got a mustache. Ew! All right. Sillyville. Are we ready for Sillyville, guys? Let's head on over to Sillyville. After get the coof out. Welcome back to our brief trip through Sillyville. Well, if you haven't heard much more about the murder hornets, that's because they wanted to get the heck out of this country because the honeybees were attacking them with poop. Yeah. Apparently honeybees assaulted the murder hornets with poop. Murder hornets are like, let's get the hell out of here. Let's go back to Malaysia. They don't poop on us over there. Very crappy weapon, I gotta say. Yeah. So apparently they were pooping, and the murder hornets were like, none of that. It's like monkeys. Monkey attack! So, oh, Lord. So, Facebook, they are deciding to combat Apple with newspaper ads. No, not ads on news sites. Newspaper ads. My first question, who reads newspapers anymore? And one tech company is going to attack another tech company with newspaper ads. I'll give them a D for effort and an A for sheer stupidity. But yeah, they are going back against Apple, and we're standing up to Apple for small businesses everywhere. Facebook. Run by, isn't Zuckerberg like number 3 or 4 or something, and the richest people in the world? Facebook's going to go to bat for small business. Yeah. You keep dreaming, Zuck. Keep dreaming, Zuck. I think you have a couple wires crossed. You better go and get yourself recalibrated. I think you're a little bit off there. Google opens the door for 50 new AR animals to jump into your living room. So if you're bored and you have an AR headset or any other form of AR that you can utilize, I don't even know how. I mean, I must become a boomer. I'm a boomer. I don't even know how this crap works. But apparently, if you're on Boomer, you can, you're on AR, you can go ahead and search up for up to 50 different animals and view them in your house. Let's see what happens when we play the giraffe. Oh, don't play sound. Oh, look at this. A chow. Okay. Oh, Lord. Move over, cow. Great, there's a zebra downtown. That's one big cat. Hey, pig, get out of the refrigerator. Great, now I got a giraffe on my lawn. There you go. Life is a zoo. Apparently so is Google. But you can go to a variety of different animals here. I did like the cat playing with the ball of yarn on the floor. That was kind of cute. But, you know, you can create your own barnyard with AR. I don't know. Welcome to Brave New World, where we are stupefying ourselves with our own entertainment. These new pajama suits. So if you guys are, if you're on Zoom meetings all the time, you're like, I just cannot get up for this, man. It's just too comfortable. This company has you covered. You can now get a pajama suit to pretend you're dressing up for your Zoom calls. That's right. No more wearing of your big old hefty overcoat on that Zoom call. You can head on over here and you can go ahead and purchase your own Zoom meeting pajamas. It just looks like a suit coat. It's really just pajamas. Look at this, man. Now we can lounge around and work in our pajamas from home. All sorts of people are like, man, I wish I could do that. 4,490 yen. Can somebody tell me how much that yen is? Just throw it there in the comments, and if I see it here, I'll go ahead and throw that up. That's not like a boatload. I just can't remember what the conversion is for yen. So about 5,000 yen. Somebody let me know how much 5,000 yen is in American US dollars or something. So Disney, as part of this coercing people to change all of their things through suggestive reality, if you went to Disney World and you were on a ride and didn't have a mask on, they would paint a mask onto you. So all of these people, they're being good. They're wearing their mask on their ride. This lady back here, she was an evil grandma murderer and she wasn't wearing a mask. Just so that everyone would feel comfortable and non-microaggress that people not wearing masks and Karen wouldn't get called on Walt Disney World, then they photoshopped the mask onto this lady. That's right, Disney. That's right. So, yeah, some companies are going to great lengths. Oh, look at this. No masks anywhere. They actually say here that, oh, yeah, this is, it's going to be a long time before we see this sort of thing. Yeah, blimmin' shame, huh? Blimmin' shame that do not tell me that anybody on this roller coaster ride is either going to get or give anything to anybody on the ride. Okay? It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I promise you, completely clean air unless you're in a smog cloud. I mean, really. But they have decided to stop painting masks on it. They're just going to become the Gestapo and become Karen themselves if you're not wearing it. So good luck to you over at Disney. And for all of you guys who lived in the 80s and 90s, I was touched by this Microsoft commercial here. We'll go ahead and play it. Hopefully we don't get any form of copyright strike on it. But this is just a glorious little thing. And Microsoft decided to go ahead and create a holiday hits collection for our...
This year, ring in the season with Microsoft Holiday Hits. Joy to the word, spell check is done. It fixed all of my stuff. It's the perfect way to embrace this joyous time of year. With beautiful songs like
But those of us who grew up in this era,
Gentlemen, you're talking far too loud. We're trying to have our meeting. You're yelling in a crowd.
Reply All Records presents Microsoft
these are the
Holiday
types of
Hits,
commercials we'd see all
the greatest
time.
collection
Your
of holiday
moods and all
songs
sorts of
ever
things like
assembled.
that.
60 festive favorites on 4 CDs or 4 long play cassettes. Only Microsoft Holiday Hits brings you these timeless classics.
Bingo bells, bingos all the way. Oh, what fun it is to surf the World Wide Web today. Hey, bingo bells, bingos all the way. Yeah.
Microsoft Holiday Hits is not in stores, so call now. Get yours today.
Oh, that is a glorious, glorious way to end the show. And that was just beautiful and comical and a perfect throwback to my generation. Absolutely perfect marketing, Microsoft. Absolutely loved it. So we'll go ahead and end the show there tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next show. All right, let's see. Final comments here. Oh, Lord, you're sending that thing around again. Stop sending that creepy thing around. Disney World, one of the worst places to go for fun. With my cousin, when it opened, we only rode like 6 rides and 1 major ride, and all the others were little rides. Yeah, it's back. No, it's back. $50. All right, $50 for that. Oh, I didn't get a chance to see that before the comments are up. I'll just have to put it in there. Honeybees are using poop, not only monkeys. Great. That's all we need to know. Using a shotgun to kill it. Let's see. In paper apps, can Google text to speak it? AR animals if you want a zoo in your house. Didn't Facebook kill a bunch of small forum sites? Yeah, pretty much. Can I see a T-Rex or a great white shark? I think you can, but I don't know. BNA apps for your girlfriend? Brand new animals. Is that Andrew Yang? Maybe. This does bring about the fascinating possibility that I might one day be able to delete my mother-in-law. Oh, boy. Are many of the amusement park rides even open right now? Didn't quarantines affect them? I think Disney World is able to open because it's Florida and they're not like, it's the end of the world. But the one in California, oh yeah, California, the Disneyland in California, yeah, it pretty much is shut down. Which means a lot more people out of work now. Days of those commercials, miss those silly ads. Yep, music. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Yeah, my farmer had that hanging up. Okay. Hundreds of people trapped on a freeway in Japan for 3 days now. Oh, really? What caused that? I haven't seen anything about that. All right. Let's go ahead, and I think the kitty has resumed his position on the chair. Yeah, let's go ahead and feed the beast. Feed the beast. Let me turn the light around so you guys can see the beast better. Whoa, it's a beast. It's a kitty. Brought to you by Temptations. Yeah, you got one, huh? Here you go. And you got one more for you, huh? Here you go. Are their finger licking good? They're finger licking good. Yeah, tasty, huh? Tasty stuff. Tasty stuff. Alrighty here. Remember, no live stream on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday this week. I'll be doing a couple random odds and ends here and there. Stay tuned for some behind the scenes type stuff on the supporter channels. Let's see. Clippy, yep, add Cortana CD, yeah. Blizzard in Japan. Oh boy. Feed the kitty. Snowstorm in Japan freeway north of Tokyo. Hundreds of cars and drivers have been stuck there. Gives me snacks beyond my wife. Oh boy. Love my mother-in-law. She treats me like a daughter. Gives me snacks. Extra low kitty snacks, Moolah. Why, thank you, Void Vector. Always appreciate the super chats, my friends. Alright guys, well, I will see you after Christmas sometime, unless there's some other random video that I throw up that I haven't pre-recorded. And have yourself a Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah. It's not over now, I don't know. Or whatever else you happen to celebrate or not celebrate. Hey, get out there and live your life. We'll catch you guys in the next one.